So as these underdogs take on the reigning top dogs, it reminded me of the classic story of an underdog pulling off one of the biggest upsets mankind has ever witnessed.
U.S. Olympic team.
No, close.
Okay.
You're getting into Harvard.
David.
No kidding.
Never gets old, does it? Little David defeating giant Goliath.
Oh, that one.
Yeah. With that in mind, we thought we would play a little game with these underdogs and top dogs. Which ones are the better bets? The Davids, smaller companies, or the Goliaths, they're giant rivals, sort of a literal would you rather, if you will. So we're going to start with Tim, and you're going to look at Dunkin' versus Starbucks. Dunkin' being the underdog or the David.
Yeah.
Starbucks the much larger top dog or the Goliath. 1 year out, which one?
No question. It's Goliath. You have a dynamic here where, first of all, David is outperformed by about 50% or so in the last probably since the peak of 2016 when Starbucks valuation probably hit its peak. Why would I want to get in this trade on the side of Dunkin' right now, especially when Dunkin' is starting to run into slower growth? I think that multiple in Dunkin' is not deserved, whereas I think in Starbucks, Kevin Johnson earlier or last week gave a long chat where he didn't really have a chance to rationalize a lot of these U.S. comp numbers that really knocked the stock down dramatically. So there's no reason to me you're selling Starbucks at these levels. I would be owning Starbucks over Dunkin'.
Yes,
may I ask you a quick question? Because this is a new game for us, and I'm learning, as you know. This is David versus who?
Goliath.
Why is the Incredible Hulk then on the? Look at this. Put that graphic up again.
I thought it was.
That's the craziest thing. That's incredible.
That's like a transformer.
Who comes out? It's a creature from the Black Lagoon.
Yeah.
Right.
The crack staff in EC could have done they should have gotten like a biblical David and Goliath type. I'm just saying that all the time to prepare.
Do you have any commentary on
I like Dunkin' better than Starbucks. Starbucks is up against it. I get the valuation story, but you know what? Valuation story might be rich given their growth. So I'd rather be Dunkin' right now a year out.
Next pair goes to Karen.
Yeah.
Etsy's the underdog. David. Amazon's the top dog. Goliath. David or Goliath?
I got to go with Goliath, actually. Mathematically, they're both very difficult to get behind on a valuation basis. But if you think about it, Goliath has so many more resources, plus is far more diversified, right? They have a lot of other businesses they're in as opposed to candles and whatnot. Not that I don't like Etsy. But I also think, all right, there was a freak accident and David won. Overall, though, Goliath, were they to fight 10 times,
David
Goliath,
is winning battles,
Right.
Goliath wins the war.
Exactly. There you go.
Wow.
Couldn't agree more.
Can't wait to see the David. All right, next up is BK. Square is the David, and American Express is Goliath. David or Goliath?
Well, for me, it's David, for sure. First of all, I'm long of Square.
What was that?
Wait,
That's
what is
David.
That? Is that slingshot?
That's what he
it's a
Sorry, I got my biblical reference now.
Well, anyway, let me explain why.
Very deep, this game.
I did not expect a slingshot, just to be clear.
Okay, go ahead.
Are we ready now?
Yes, Square,
okay,
please.
so Square, to me, is more nimble. They're actually solving a real problem. They're out there with small businesses solving a problem for them that I don't see that American Express doesn't. They don't really solve that. So to me, if you're talking about payments, you're talking about where the growth is, a company like Square, that's where it's
Can we get the slingshot again?
Thank goodness we're on to our last pair.
Slingshot.
Shake Shack.
There it is.
David.
I like the sound effect, too.
Shake Shack is David or McDonald's the Goliath. Guy, what do you say?
Shake Shack is David and Goliath is me.
Yeah.
Slingshot.
Well, there you go.
I take the slingshot. And
You didn't even have to say anything.
for full disclosure, I worked at Shake Shack, as you know.
Yeah.
And when I worked there, it was like a $30 stock. Look at it now. Now, people say valuation is ridiculous. It is ridiculous.
That's how we got here.
50%
Valuation.
EPS growth. Still going higher.
Hey there, thanks for checking out CNBC on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe to stay up to date on all of the day's biggest stories. You can also click on any of the videos around me to watch the latest from CNBC. Thanks for watching.